Operating heavy equipment is hard work, and it requires a particular skill set that needs to be perfected. Today, equipment simulators have emerged to help advance worker skill set. Recently, I had a chance to try my hand at a virtual reality simulator. My first reaction is that I would fail at being a gamer or any career that requires the use of a joystick. And I have to tell you, operating in a piece of equipment or to move any dirt, I know I was going to fail, and I did. But there's no doubt if I had practice or if I learned proper operating techniques, I would succeed. And the good news is that Immersive Technologies is here to help me or any contractor learn how to operate heavy equipment. Here to tell us all about it and to master the possibilities is Greg Karigian. He's the Regional Vice President of North America for Immersive Technologies. Greg, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
So Greg, let's talk about what is safety on a job site that you can actually use a simulator to actually help you move heavy equipment.
Sure. Heavy equipment on work sites is obviously one of the largest risks present for any operator. Very large machines made out of steel, and they can move very, very quickly. And if people aren't accustomed to the safety features such as hydraulic lockouts on that piece of equipment, things can quickly escalate into a safety incident.
So when we talk about simulator equipment now, how do you help construction companies become more profitable when they're using virtual reality simulators or things like that?
Well, when it comes to contract employees working on a work site, the employer quite often has very little visibility in terms of the history or the performance of someone that's coming onto their site. Typically, it's a transient workforce, and those people typically come sight unseen. Using the Worksite VR platform, we're able to objectively quantify the productivity of an operator, their safety behaviours, how abusive they are on the equipment, and then put that all together into a metric that tells the employer whether or not this person is fit for work.
And when you're looking at all of this kind of equipment right now, how does your training simulators kind of differ from some of the others that are out there? Because we're seeing a lot of them pop up today that are trying to help the job site, but you guys are doing things a little differently. Absolutely.
And firstly, the Immersive Technologies Worksite VR simulators, although they are brand new, they benefit for 24 years of heritage from Immersive Technologies large-scale mining equipment simulators. So the physics that's in place is highly realistic, the most realistic on the market. Secondly, it's packaged up into the most portable platform on the market. It fits into 2 cases, which can be checked onto a flight, put in the back of a vehicle, and taken directly out to the work site. So those construction companies don't need to drive into a centralised training centre or a vocational college. They can have that assessment performed on the work site, done that day.
Are you seeing a lot more companies embracing virtual reality simulator training?
Absolutely. In the mining industry, simulation-based training has effectively become the norm for any major mining organisation. In the construction industry, however, the deployment of that technology has been somewhat more slower. And I believe that's primarily due to the issues we're talking about in terms of the logistics of getting it to the worksite. Unless we can get it to where the training needs to be delivered, that adoption isn't going to happen as far as it should.
We talk about there being a skill set kind of gap or shortage occurring right now. Are we seeing different ages kind of adopting the training and simulator from the younger to the older generation of users right now?
Certainly the younger generations are more comfortable with technologies like VR. However, even with older generations, once they become accustomed to the technology, an issue which we address in our curricula with units around how to get comfortable with VR technology, once they become comfortable with that technology, they actually are very welcoming of this because they view it as their employers making an investment in them.
How about companies like the OEMs, like Komatsu and others, kind of embracing this kind of technology as well?
Well, for the manufacturers, it's a very simple equation. The people buying their equipment expect there to be training when they purchase a new piece of equipment. And secondly, they know that the biggest impediment to their equipment being used effectively is the operator. And so by deploying these sorts of training solutions, OEMs know that they're able to present themselves in the best light and meet the needs of their customers.
And you can see they're getting better life out of that equipment when they know how to use it.
Absolutely.
Well, Greg, we've enjoyed having you so much today on LearnIT, so thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right, well, that's what you have today for LearnIT. That's all we have.